What if the SUV everyone told you to buy suddenly isn't the best choice anymore?
For years, the Toyota 4Runner and the Lexus GX have dominated the rugged SUV world. But now, the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser has arrived, and it's shaking things up in a big way. It's lighter, smarter, packed with new technology, and surprisingly more efficient than many expected. Some people are even saying it might make the 4Runner and GX550 feel outdated overnight. But is that actually true, or just hype? And more importantly, should you really skip those SUVs and choose the new Land Cruiser instead? Stay with me, because the answer might surprise you.
The Toyota Land Cruiser is one of the most legendary names in the SUV world. For decades, it's been known for combining rugged off-road capability with long-term reliability, earning a reputation as a vehicle that can handle almost anything you throw at it. But for many American buyers in recent years, the Land Cruiser also became known for something else, a very high price tag. That's part of the reason models like the Toyota 4Runner and the Lexus GX stepped in to dominate the market for adventure-ready SUVs.
Now, for 2026, Toyota is rewriting that story.
The new 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser arrives with a completely updated platform, a bold retro-inspired design, and a much stronger focus on efficiency and technology than previous generations. It's built on Toyota's modern TNGA-F truck platform, the same architecture used in some of the brand's toughest vehicles, but this time it's paired with a hybrid powertrain designed to balance power with better fuel economy.
And that's where things start to get interesting. Because the moment this new Land Cruiser appeared, many buyers began asking a serious question. Does this make the 4Runner or even the Lexus GX550 harder to justify?
In this video, we're going to take a close look at what the 2026 Land Cruiser actually brings to the table: its design, interior, technology, performance, and overall value, to see whether it really changes the game for adventure SUVs, or if the longtime rivals still have the upper hand.
Now let's get into the details, because this is where the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser really starts to separate itself. First, the design. Toyota clearly wanted this Land Cruiser to feel both modern and nostalgic at the same time. The exterior has a boxy, rugged shape that instantly reminds many people of the classic Land Cruisers from decades ago. Up front, you'll notice the bold grille, squared-off headlights, and upright stance that give it a confident, almost retro personality. It looks purposeful, like a vehicle that was built to handle rough trails just as easily as city streets. From the side, the proportions are clean and balanced. Short overhangs and high ground clearance hint at serious off-road capability. The large wheel arches and chunky tires reinforce that tough, adventure-ready look. And depending on the trim, buyers can choose between different grille styles and lighting designs that give the SUV either a classic or more modern personality. Step inside, and the Land Cruiser feels surprisingly refined for something so rugged. The interior combines durable materials with modern technology, which is exactly what many adventure SUV buyers want. The dashboard layout is simple and easy to understand, with a large central touchscreen, a fully digital driver display, and physical controls for key functions like climate and drive modes. That balance between digital features and real buttons makes the cabin feel practical rather than overly complicated. There's also plenty of space. The seats are supportive for long drives, and the elevated seating position gives you a commanding view of the road or the trail ahead. Rear passengers get generous legroom, and the cargo area is large enough for camping gear, road trip luggage, or everyday family duties.
But one of the biggest changes for this new generation is under the hood. Instead of the traditional large V8 engines that older Land Cruisers were known for, the 2026 Land Cruiser uses Toyota's modern hybrid powertrain. This setup combines a turbocharged engine with an electric motor to deliver strong torque while also improving fuel efficiency. That means it should feel powerful when climbing hills, towing, or crawling over rough terrain, while also being much more economical during daily driving.
And of course, Toyota didn't forget about off-road capability. The Land Cruiser includes advanced systems like multi-terrain drive modes, crawl control, locking differentials, and improved suspension tuning designed to keep traction even in challenging environments like mud, sand, or rocky trails.
Safety and technology also take a step forward.
The SUV comes equipped with Toyota's latest driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and a variety of cameras that help drivers see obstacles when navigating tight trails.
On paper, that combination of classic Land Cruiser toughness with modern hybrid efficiency and technology sounds extremely compelling. But here's where things get interesting. Because when you compare all of this to rivals like the Toyota 4Runner and Lexus GX550, some buyers might start wondering whether the Land Cruiser is the smarter choice, or if those competitors still hold an important advantage. And that's exactly what we're about to break down next. So here's the moment where everything starts to come together. What is the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser actually like when you experience it in the real world? On the road, the first thing you notice is how surprisingly smooth and composed it feels. For a vehicle built with serious off-road capability, the Land Cruiser doesn't feel heavy or clumsy. The hybrid powertrain delivers torque almost instantly, which means acceleration feels confident and effortless when merging onto highways or climbing steep grades. It's not a sports SUV, but it definitely feels quicker and more responsive than many people expected. But the real test for a Land Cruiser has always been off the pavement. Take it on to rough trails, loose gravel, or rocky terrain, and this is where the SUV starts to show why the name carries so much weight. The suspension absorbs bumps with ease, and systems like crawl control and multi-terrain select work quietly in the background, helping maintain traction even when the surface gets unpredictable. Instead of fighting the terrain, the Land Cruiser almost feels like it's gliding over it. Now compare that experience to the 4Runner and the Lexus GX550. The GX550 still delivers impressive luxury and strong performance, while the 4Runner keeps its reputation for rugged simplicity. But the new Land Cruiser seems to strike a unique balance between the two, combining modern technology, hybrid efficiency, and genuine off-road capability in a way that neither rival fully matches. And that's the surprising turning point. Because the Land Cruiser doesn't just compete with these SUVs. In some ways, it might actually replace both of them for many buyers. But before we declare a winner, there's one final piece of the puzzle that could change everything: price, long-term value, and which SUV actually makes the most sense to buy. So, after looking at the design, performance, technology, and overall driving experience, where does the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser really stand? Simply put, Toyota has managed to reinvent one of its most iconic SUVs without losing what made it legendary in the first place. The new Land Cruiser brings together rugged off-road capability, modern hybrid efficiency, and a design that feels both nostalgic and fresh. For many buyers, that combination alone will make it incredibly appealing. One of the biggest advantages here is balance. The Land Cruiser delivers serious off-road capability, but it also feels comfortable and refined enough for everyday driving. Add in Toyota's reputation for reliability and the improved fuel efficiency from the hybrid powertrain, and it suddenly becomes a very practical adventure SUV. But it's not perfect. Some buyers may still prefer the Toyota 4Runner for its simpler, more traditional approach to off-roading. Others might lean toward the Lexus GX550 if luxury and premium interior features are the top priority. And depending on final pricing and trim levels, the Land Cruiser may sit right in the middle of those two options. That's actually what makes it so interesting in today's U.S. SUV market. The 2026 Land Cruiser doesn't just compete with the 4Runner and GX550. It reshapes the conversation about what a modern off-road SUV should be. It shows that rugged capability and modern efficiency can exist in the same package. So, if you're someone who wants a vehicle that can handle road trips, daily commutes, and serious off-road adventures without feeling outdated, the new Land Cruiser might just be one of the smartest SUV choices coming into 2026. But now we want to hear from you. Would you choose the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser, stick with the 4Runner, or go for the Lexus GX550 instead? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review and want more honest car comparisons like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the latest cars.